Hey, Monica. I do not have a crazy love for cats, but I did have a cat when I was younger. This is the cat I had in elementary school. His name was Panther. I also had some dogs. That's Wibble. That's a Goober. They all got parvo and tragically died. And it's funny you said that you didn't want like cat shirts or cat wallpaper because when I was little, I had this thing where I dreamed of having an animal themed kitchen. I had my hair was done once by a hairdresser who had a goose themed kitchen, and I just fell in love with it. And I really wanted to grow up to have a kitchen that was decorated with a goose theme. So my best friend back then in fourth grade gave me a set of little geese to put in my future adult kitchen, which I didn't do. They're in my keepsake box, but it's really funny that you said you did not want the cat wallpaper because I really wanted the animal themed decorations in my house. And since we're talking about childhood, I thought I might share some pictures of me when I was small. When I was going through things that I had held on to as a child, I came across this collection of photos of when I was small. And you can see me with my little shopping cart. I love that shopping cart. Two things I really loved when I was small were puzzles and mazes, and I went through a whole period in elementary school where I was obsessed with drawing mazes. I drew them on all of my homework like this, and on graph paper I filled up books and books of it, and I just love puzzles, and to this day I can sit obsessively for hours with a puzzle. I really like putting them together. I also came across my progress report from my kindergarten teacher, which I think is really interesting and probably can say something about something that has always been true about me, in that I am very much interested in reading and I've always been rather ready for it. And I have not ever been really good with my work habits. So right there you can see that I struggle to listen to instruction and work independently and use my time well and wisely, and to be an active listener. But I do really like reading, and I tend to do that pretty well. And here is the form my mother filled out for kindergarten, which I think is also really interesting, that I don't remember having a fear of dogs, but I did apparently, and they would just protect me from aggressive dogs. I also would give up in response to failure, and I was a very affectionate child who was never jealous and usually happy. I did suck my thumb. That's no longer true. And I really loved adult attention. I was obedient and helpful and affectionate and reasonable, but I did have periodic hysteria and I was occasionally sneaky. And I have to say, I still struggle with both of those tendencies, where my response to stressful situation is usually to have an emotional shift that I struggle with, or to want to do something independent of cooperating with others and quietly do it in a passive aggressive way. So, those are the things that I am well aware of and I'm working against, but I have overcome the fear of dogs. I think that I'm going to take that as a win. So, hey, there's my whole childhood in a nutshell. Goose themed kitchen dreams, fears of dogs that turned into owning dogs, puzzles and mazes, inability to manage my time or my emotions, but cooperative and affectionate. I'll talk to you next week.